I love to do. That's play the game of basketball.
Here he comes the other way. There's your first James jam. Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life.
I'm not going to guarantee no championship. I tell you that. I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Oh, blocked by James.
Cleveland, this is for you. Laker Nation want their respect. I want my damn respect too.
LeBron James is now the all-time leading scorer.
This is one of the long-term dreams I always had.
To be able to be along my son has been one of the most gratifying journeys.
The first father-son duo in an NBA game. To the cutting James. Oh, look out! The legend of LeBron continues to grow. Who else but the king?
One thing I always say, don't never let somebody tell you you can't achieve something. Don't never let nobody tell you that.
Well, it's going to be a movie, but we're all going to need to wait a little longer for year 23 of LeBron James to tip off. The four-time MVP is yet to participate in training camp because of sciatica in his right side. The Lakers announced that last week, and when asked for an update on James's progress with the injury before the Lakers released a diagnosis, JJ Redick, the head coach of the Lakers, said, quote, James is on his own timeline. So I want to welcome in our senior insider, Shams Charania, and also a recent Believe That award winner. Shout out to Anthony Edwards there. But Shams, you have some news on what this timeline could look like here for LeBron James.
Malika, I'm told that the Lakers and LeBron are looking at around mid-November as a realistic debut for him. And so October 30th would be the earliest that the Lakers would be officially reevaluating LeBron James. But it is expected he will need at least a few weeks after that point. A source told me tonight that LeBron will be taking a patient approach with this rehab from nerve injury. And so the ramp-up process for this will be a lot of basketball-shaped conditioning work. Because remember, as I reported last week on NBA Today, LeBron James first suffered this nerve issue during an on-court workout in late July, early August. He wasn't able to have that normal LeBron James offseason that we're accustomed to. And as superhuman as he's been throughout his NBA career, he is turning 41 in December, and he is in year 23. So that's the timeline on LeBron James at some point in November, likely around that mid-November range.
Okay, likely looking at mid-November there. Shams, thank you very much for that insight. The Lakers had said that it's going to be 3 to 4 weeks before he's even reevaluated, so now we're looking at maybe mid-November, Shams is saying here. Coach, when you're looking at what this could mean, how you would manage his season, knowing that this is a guy who's made, 21 straight All-NBA teams, how would you manage that?
Very cautiously. I mean, as you mentioned, he's setting history right now. No one has ever played 23 seasons. He's 50 games shy of passing Robert Parrish for the all-time games played record. His impact, 21 straight All-NBA seasons. Last year, he did it at 40 years old, second-team All-NBA. So if I'm the Lakers, if I'm LeBron, I'm JJ Redick, I'm very cautious, very careful. The Lakers, as Perk mentioned earlier, they're not playing for the regular season. They will be judged on how they do in the postseason. For them to make any noise in the postseason, LeBron James has to be available and healthy.
And I'm with you on that, Coach, but where I get stuck a little bit there, and knowing that they need to do what's best for LeBron and be very, very careful, is that the West is so tight and it's so difficult that if you fall behind in those first 20 games, you're going to be playing catch-up to the point of getting to the postseason.
Yeah, but that's why you got to depend and harp on your guy, your new franchise guy, Luka Doncic. And also, it's time to give a promotion, right, from the third option to the second option to Austin Reeves, right? Austin Reeves had an unreal season last year, an unbelievable season. His stats damn near mimic John Morant numbers. When you talk about going out there and being able to be a guy that can get his and create for others. So I'm looking for him to take that leap.
Yeah.
And it takes pressure off of them having to bring back Braun or not being able to quote-unquote load manage him throughout the course of the season.
Right.
Because like Coach was saying, you want him in the postseason. And with the West being stacked and everybody's trending towards this double big type lineup, we got to expect that the Lakers will use him at some forward position, center position in the postseason, and you need LeBron to be healthy.
So where do you need to be then when LeBron James comes back, knowing that you cannot fall behind and risk having to be climbing out of that play-in range late in the season? Because if he needs a little bit more time, if he needs to be load managed here and there, all of that time is time you don't have.
Well, LeBron is going to set the tone here.
Yeah.
No one's going to tell LeBron when to play. He's earned the right. He knows his body better than anybody. LeBron's going to tell the Lakers when he's ready to play. Until that happens, as Sham's talked about, well, Luka, Austin Reeves, DeAndre Ayton, Marcus Smart, these guys got to hold down the fort. They got to get off to a great start. Luka, can he build off of what he did this summer, what he showed last night? I fully expect him to. And as Perk said, Austin Reeves is coming off of a career best year last year, and now more is going to be asked of him as well. Two guys in Luka and Austin Reeves that are ready for that, but no one's going to rush LeBron James. He's going to come back, not when he can play, but when he can play to the level that he's come to demand from himself.
You know who else is also ready? J.J. Redick. Right? J.J. Redick, to me, in this preseason, even when we hear DeAndre Ayton and watch him on the floor, like, he's bought in. That's him hearing the message from his coach. He's saying, I'm locked in defensively. I want to bring to the table and show the world that I could do this. I could anchor the defense at the center position. I could not ask for the ball on the low block, but actually go out here and set screens. JJ has shown us that he could maximize in this short period that he's been a coach and get the best out of certain players.
All the way back in those Cleveland days, did you think you were going to talk about year 23 of LeBron James? Did you think we were going to be talking about that?
I did not, but it's a testament to his work ethic. People never gave him credit for being the worker that he is. Oh, he's a great athlete. Well, LeBron has shown and proven for all the time wrong of what he's doing at this late stage in his career is truly incredible. And I hope everybody appreciates what he is doing on a nightly basis.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm in the second part of my life. He's still going.
Phenomenal, getting downhill, really efficient. He did most of his work in that first half. And to me, the thing is that kept me awake at nighttime was trying to guard Luka Doncic in pick and rolls. He's got DeAndre Ayton as a big man now. He's got shooters around him. Luka is back, and he's poised to have an MVP caliber season.
Look, Luka came out of his mother's womb scoring buckets, right? I believe he's going to lead the league in scoring this year. But what I saw from him last night was I saw joy. You got to remember, right? It was a dark cloud over his head all last year, whether it was him dealing with the injury or whether him still being sad from being traded. People don't understand the emotions of being traded from an organization that you thought you was going to be there for the rest of your career.
Right.
I went through that in Boston, right? It took me a half a season to get over that while I was in Oklahoma City. And so Luka is happy. He has some pieces that he actually wanted and helped recruit it. I expect him to go out there, and I expect him, one, to lead the league in scoring, lead this team, put this team on his back, and also fill up the stat sheet and win ball games and help this team get back to where they're trying to go. And we know, as far as in Laker Nation, Laker fan base, that's winning the championship.
So you see an in-shape Luka. You hear Perk talking about his joy. And you said over the years, even when you weren't seeing that, it kept you up at night. What exactly made it so that he was a part of those nightmares?
Well, his ability to see the floor. He's big, he's physical. He keeps defenders on his back. And now he's got DeAndre Ayton. And you can see last night, they're creating their chemistry. I have a couple of plays that really illustrate how effective Luka is in the middle of the floor. Ayton's going to set this pick and roll. Luka's getting downhill. He's done his job, committed two defenders. Ayton getting on the rim for an easy pass, lob dunk for Ayton. This, Malika, is the very next possession. High pick and roll, way up the floor. If you're not up the floor against Luka, he loves the pull-up three, 4 of 8 from threes last night. And to me, this last play really epitomizes how effective he is. He's going to come off this double drag, and Luka is always using his eyes to sell lies. He looks at Ayton, forces the defender to come in. Once that defender commits to the paint, he finds the shooter. And if you're a shooter playing with Luka Doncic, have your hands ready because you are going to be wide open.
Used his eyes to tell lies. That's a Perkism right there. Michael Malone, catch it on quickly. Sure. Well, if that's what you got for Luka, then I'm very curious to see what you have here for Cooper Flagg. Because coming up here on NBA Countdown, we might is LeBron James. But this Mavericks team, it doesn't have time for Cooper to